Welcome, guys. Episode 170 of the Running Journey TRJ for May 21st, 2026. Holy smokes. My son just turned 18 this week. Wow, crazy. Time is flying by. I hope you're spending that key quality time with your family when you can. It's awesome to be out and running right now. And Charlie and I are doing the Suffer on the Centennial this weekend. A couple days after you are listening to this podcast, we're doing it. And we wanted to learn from the best. And I talked about this last week on the pod, but we brought in someone who has not only run this race, he's run one of the fastest times ever at this race. He's run it every single year they've ever had it. He podiumed it last year. His name is Ryan Giuliano. He's a beauty. And I got to tell this quick story. I actually met this guy, and I'm embarrassed to say this. I didn't remember the story. Ryan tells the story at the end of the podcast here, how we met. We met at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. It's crazy. I actually found the photo on my phone. It's like him and I at the finish line of the Boston Marathon. And he's like, he saw that I was wearing a Canadian shirt and we ended up connecting, and all of a sudden, boom. And then I started seeing him at all these races, and he started just dominating the trail scene. I won't say dominating, but he's doing very, very, very well in the trail scene. He's a sub 3-hour marathoner. More importantly, he's just a great guy. He's a great guy to chat with. You're going to love this chat, love this discussion. He's great for the community in Winnipeg, and didn't even know this, but he's not originally from Canada, but he's definitely embracing Canada. He's a citizen now, and he's just a fun guy to chat with. Every time I see him at a race, I always make an effort to go talk to him. I always wanted to get him on the podcast. I talk about this every time I see him. And then the last time I saw him in Steinbach, I think it was at the run all night in December, I said, Ryan, we got to get you on the podcast. And he goes, yeah, I'd love to come on. And what better opportunity to come on than to talk about the Suffer on the Centennial. Pretty neat trail run that is happening in Manitoba. I didn't know how the reputation of this race is growing. Ryan talks about it in this race. So in this episode, a lot of it is race strategy, but a lot of it is just hearing from Ryan, and a lot of it is three guys just shooting the breeze about running. We don't spend a ton of time on his running journey. Probably could have spent hours and hours on it, but he does tell some good stories about it. And then we get right into kind of a race recap, race recon, I should say. Bouldering, running up, down the granite, how you do it, how you deal with the water, the bogs, how you deal with the uphill, the downhills, how the course is different this year. He's just a guy that knows this course inside out. He's got a cottage out there and he runs these trails all the time. So if you're racing Suffer on the Centennial, listen to this. If you're not running, if you don't like torturing yourself, running 100-kilometer races in the bush, which some of you might not like. I get it. Not everyone wants to torture themselves and suffer for 14 hours. It's still a great, great episode because his story is awesome. And just his demeanor and the stuff Charlie and I get to talk about is also great. So episode 170 of the running journey, Charlie and I prepping with Ryan Giuliano for Suffer on the Centennial, which is coming up. It's a great episode, guys. Enjoy. Episode 170 of the running journey. I'm Rob Tatro. I'm here with my brother Charlie. Charlie, good to have you.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks.
You freaking out yet, or what?
No, that's happened a while ago already.
Oh, you're done with the freaking out part?
Yeah.
You've accepted and resigned your fate for Saturday?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I have too. I have also resigned my fate. We will have a guest here. I'll get to him in a sec, but I think I need to lead with this. It's like last year I went in to Suffer thinking I was going to do great, and I ended up being miserable all day. I think because of one by one, my expectations were getting killed. But this year, it's just going to be me struggling to get through this thing, and I'm okay with it. The guy who didn't struggle last year to get through this thing, our guest today, none other than Ryan Giuliano. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I was thinking of who we can get to come on. Charlie and I were talking about it. Man, we need someone on here to tell us how to run this race and tell us what they know about this race. I was thinking, Ryan, last time I spoke to him, I told him, we got to get you on the pod. And he's like, yeah, I'd love to come on. So here you are. Thank you for taking the time. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I think we were at another sort of ultra themed event, the longest night run.
Oh, that's where it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Steinbach.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you were just doing a million loops.
Yeah, not as many as Scott Falkingham and some other people, but yeah.
No, but still, you were out there for the good cause. I've said it on this podcast before. I like that event. I really do. I like the community aspect of it. I like that you're going out at night and it's tougher. It's the middle of the winter. I like that it's right before Christmas. I like everything about it.
Yeah.
I don't really like the running all night part of it, so I skip that part. But
it's such a good cause. I mean, Brent Menke and his fam put on a great event, and it's casual. They've got a nice brew pub to hang out in, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have family members, friends who've battled cancer and lost people to cancer, and so that's how I lost my dad, and so it really means a lot to get out there and sort of run by the cancer ward and be that sort of presence out there all night for people.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. Sorry you lost your dad.
Thank you.
I remember vividly reading your recap of your
Boston
active Epica. Wasn't it active Epica where you like wanted to quit and you?
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, and like it was a very tough day. That was 100-miler. I believe you're the only finisher of that race,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you spoke about kind of what your dad meant to you and how he gave you the motivation to continue, even though he was no longer with us.
Yeah, I feel like you spend enough time running with somebody, like I did every run I did as a kid up until when I was the first 5 marathons I did with my dad. I can sort of like have conversations with him in my head, and yeah, I don't know. It's a comforting place to be, and I feel like when we lose people, they leave something, they leave a residue in everyone, in our brains, in our behavior, and he's the one who got me into this whole mess. So he's sort of always a part of that.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know you ran so much with your dad. That's cool.
What did he like to run? Trails or a road runner?
He was mostly a road runner, but he did that the TNF 50. They used to be in Marin County. It's a classic race that no longer happens. So he did some pretty big trail races. He did a few 100Ks. But yeah, mostly a road guy. He ran Boston like 9 times. So
okay, so you were a young kid and like you would go out and you would see your dad running these long races and stuff, or?
Yeah, I was sitting there waiting forever for him to finish, sort of thing. And, but yeah, just totally caught the bug of sitting on the sidelines, yelling for people, runner after runner, like, you've got this sort of thing. And yeah, I don't know, got the bug.
Cool. I should probably give you a proper introduction. I didn't give you a proper introduction, but I touted it last week on the podcast. You are a podium finisher at Suffer on the Centennial. You have completed 100 milers. You've completed, I looked at your ultra sign up today. I was like, oh my God, he does a lot of Black Canyon 100K. You've done multiple 100Ks, 50Ks. You're signed up for a pretty neat race later this year that I'm going to ask you about. But I know you're also a road runner at some point because I know you've done good times in road runners. So Ryan, you've finished 3rd last year at Suffer on the Centennial. I think you did like barely beat me by 4 hours. I think it was pretty tight. It's pretty tight. Where do you want to start? I mean, I definitely want to ask you about Suffer, but I wouldn't mind hearing a bit more about your journey, if that's all right. Just like, when did you like, I see here on, you kind of started doing trail races like 3-4 years ago, something like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I started running trails when I was getting my PhD at the University of Oregon. It was great trails there in Eugene, but it was mostly just what was accessible near my house. And, but yeah, I think, my family and my dad, we did a bunch of road racing. So that was all I knew. And
are you a Winnipegger though, originally?
No, I was born in the States. I was born in San Antonio.
Wow. Okay. Didn't know that. I mean, we'll still allow you to be on. I'm kidding.
I did become a Canadian citizen this past November. So very proud of that.
So what's your PhD
in? Cognitive neuroscience and psychology.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm here in my office at University of Manitoba.
That sounds like a fun thing to learn about.
That's like what that's what you needed 2 weeks ago, Charlie. You need a cognitive neuroscientist.
Yeah, among other things. Yep.
Oh, relax. You did great, Charlie. Charlie's mad at himself, Ryan, because he only did 25 hours in his backyard.
Oof. Wait, was that at Old Man's?
BC Backyard Ultra, yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's nothing to sneeze at. Over 100 miles.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
I mean, I'm doing my first backyard this year at Old Tom's, and I would love to go far, but you can't control what your stomach's doing, how you're feeling that day. So
yeah, totally.
Though you have that on you're running that though, right? Can I just read out your calendar here, just from what I see? You got stuff around Centennial. You just did what did you do? You did, is it Oxbow? No. Didn't you just do a race like a month ago or 2 months ago?
I'm forgetting the races I've done so far.
But I know you did Active Epica.
Yeah.
And Frozen Centennial, Frozen Falcon. You're doing the Groovy Granite. You're doing the Birds Hill Trail Series. You're doing the Old Tom in July. Then you're running the Race Face 50K in August. Then you're doing the Wasatch 100. That's a 100-miler in September. And so every month here, you kind of have a pretty decent race here for the entire summer. So that's kind of pretty exciting.
Yeah. And then a few weeks after Wasatch, I'm doing the Kodiak by UTMB 100K. Because I'm starting to collect those stones and hopefully get into UTMB 2028.
Sorry, can you explain the stones? Like, sorry, I'm a really, I don't really know too much.
We don't have the stones.
Yeah.
We don't have any stones.
Yeah.
I don't have the stones yet either.
You have some stones.
Yeah. No,
you don't have any stones yet? You're going to
get
some.
I'm at 0 stones right now.
You're at 0 stones. Okay, we're all at 0 stones.
So you can run a qualifier race. I have a qualifier race under my belt that gets you a UTMB index. But then you have to collect stones, which are basically at UTMB sponsored events. And each stone is essentially a lottery ticket.
Oh, yeah. So the thing, Rob, is that UTMB got taken over by Ironman.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same kind of, it's a bit of a scam to me.
They're monetizing the living
They're
crap out of it.
doing the same type of things they're doing with Ironman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ironman, quickly, Ryan, sorry to interrupt, but I need to shout out our buddy Dwayne the Rock Wheeler, who just got confirmation that he's running Kona. He did 15 consecutive. He did 15 Ironman in 12 years or whatever, and he got there.
Oh, he's in for.
He just got it. He did Jacksonville or whatever it was last week, 2 weeks ago, and he got it. He's in, so he's running it next year. He's pretty pumped. Anyways, so. Yeah, thank you. So I didn't do anything, but thank you to me. So stones, what did you have to do to get a UTMB number or registration? What was that, 100-miler you had to do that?
No, you can do like 100K or a race just has to be a UTMB index race to get you there.
So you did Fat Dog for that, or which one did you do?
I think I got a score from Fat Dog, but I think some of the Trails of Toba races are also qualifiers as well.
Does Suffer count or no?
I think it does. But yeah.
Okay.
I thought I heard something that they needed to get 100 finishers to be a qualifier for something, or
to be a Western States qualifier.
Western States. Are they going to get 100 finishers, do you think, this year?
I don't think so. I think there's 125 people signed up, and you need 100 finishers.
So we have to finish, Charlie and I.
Oh God, I gotta finish. Okay, good. I can do it. I think I can.
For the Western States certification, you got
for Ryan to qualify for Western States.
Ryan to qualify. Yeah.
Then I won't have to fly all over to get my qualifier every year.
Okay, so wait. So for UTMB, you run one race to get a name, and then you got to run races that have stones. And what are these? These are all UTMB races, kind of like Ironman. They're branded now UTMB.
Yeah, it's a total pyramid scheme to make you buy into their races, but people buy into it for a reason. Running through Chamonix, running around the Mont Blanc is a total dream. So
Yeah, well, we had Greg Penner on here last year, 2 years ago. I don't remember when. He told us the story of his UTMB. Man, Charlie, how inspiring was that? Like, it was just sounded like the coolest thing ever. I mean, he suffered a
It
lot.
sounded pretty hard.
Yeah. You know Greg and how strong of a runner he is, and then how
Yeah.
hard that race was. It definitely gives you some pause signing up for it.
Yeah, for sure. So where are you going to start getting your first stones?
At the Kodiak by UTMB 100K, which is at Big Bear Lake in California.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. We were there at some
Yeah, we
point.
were there. We did our downhill marathon there.
Yeah.
That's exactly where we were, Big Bear Lake. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live near there as a kid when my dad was in the Air Force, stationed near there. So my mom's going to go with, and we'll visit some old haunts. And
that's an awesome spot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You're well traveled, Ryan. So you want to, one of your goals is obviously to accumulate enough stones to run and every year you don't get in, you get more ballots or something. Do they do something like that?
No, but your stones do last for 2 years. So if I start accumulating them at the end of this year, I can maximize the number I have by 2028.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You lose your stones. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cutthroat, man.
So Ryan, how does like a year of ultra races look for you? Like, do you have like, it's like how many 100Ks, how many 100 miles is like a typical year for you?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I think having, I think you want like 3 months at minimum or so between these big races.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that sort of limits you there to maybe 4 of those big races a year. I like to run through the winter, so I don't really take an off season during then. And then I think all those other like 50Ks or sort of time-based events where you can pick how far you go, those are all good training opportunities. And I think one thing that racing a lot has done for me is when I show up at a start line, it feels, normal and comforting and not like all those race day jitters, you've got the routine down and it feels good to be there.
So 2025, then you would have had is there you have 4 A races then potentially, 2 or 3 or 4 A races, and Fat Dog was one of your A races for sure last year, right?
Yeah, I'd say Suffer and Fat Dog were the A races.
And then you threw in another 5 or 6 50Ks in there just for fun.
Well, it also threw in the sub-3 Manitoba Marathon in there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. You're also
my only sub-3 ever. So.
But you did in the summer in Manitoba.
Big year.
That's impressive. Mm-hmm. Good for you. What was your time again? Not that I'm competitive or anything.
Like 2:58, 30 or something. Barely snuck by. It was like dodging strollers at that last kilometer.
Awesome.
Get out of my way.
Dodging what?
The strollers and
yeah. The families walking to the parking lot and stuff. Yeah.
I'm throwing elbows at kids.
Plus, the last mile was a tad long. So, do you remember the mileage sign thing?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You were like, when is this mile coming up? Like, when's the next sign coming up?
Yeah, and your podcast on pacing, you nailed it. Like, that was exactly what happened. So, I had talked with a few other people who were going sub-3 during the race, and we knew that we need to go a little bit faster than 4:15 per kilometer. So I picked it up to like 4:10 or so the last 10K, just to make sure. Oh, really?
Well, that's a strong finish. Wow.
I mean, I've never paced a race that well in my life. It was like 4:13 to 4:15 the whole way until that last 10K.
So it's a dream.
Dude, you're a beast. You're a beast,
that happen like that.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Have you ever done that for like 100K?
No. You've got to run 100K purely on vibes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, that's why we got you as a guest today. So we got to learn these things. So.
Yeah, I got to tell you this too, Ryan. In our group chat, the Run with Rob group chat, there's someone put in there the Cocodona documentaries a couple of weeks back, 2, 3, I think while it was happening. And I ended up watching him just because I love this kind of stuff. And I pulled something I probably shouldn't do, but I went for a 50K run. And then I immediately applied for the Cocodona 250 just because I call this like the promesse d'ivrogne, like stuff you do when you're drunk. Like I was drunk on running. So
Yeah.
what's the term, Charlie? Am I forgetting the term?
Yeah, I think just
Hopped
run
up.
drunk.
I was run drunk. And I just signed up for the Cocodona 250 lottery. So I've never run more than 100 miles, but we'll see. We'll see how if I can get in. Do you have, not to change the subject, but like I'm guessing there's some of these 250s that are enticing to you. These 200s or these 250s.
Yeah, if I didn't have UTMB in my sights, I would have entered the lottery this year for Cocodona for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my good buddies and running friends, she lives in Flagstaff and crews people for Cocodona, and she's been begging me like, "Come on, man, do it."
Maybe she can crew me.
Sure.
If I get in.
Yeah. If you get in, reach out. We'll see if I can put you guys together.
Okay, right on.
She's actually in that documentary, The Cutoff.
Okay, that's I watched that one.
Yeah, that one make you cry. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, even the chase, the second one, like the other one that I watched, like where this guy gets passed with like 2 miles left on a 250-mile race, and he's just sitting down and he's like, "Yeah, congrats, you're beating me," because the guy was slowly catching up. He caught up to him with 2 miles left. It was crazy.
Oh my God, the last 2 miles on a 250 mile.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then when we saw him coming,
there's no second wind or anything there. I don't think.
I mean, that guy, Jeff Browning, he's barely alive. He can't breathe. Like his respiration's almost stopped, and it's like
okay. So they didn't exaggerate that in the documentary. That's real. Like he was actually struggling that much.
Yeah, people get like desert lung sort of like respiration stuff from all the dry air and dust. And
yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll take it easy if I get in. Okay, so UTMB, you're trying to get into. You're running these UTMB qualifier races, so to get into eventually UTMB Mont Blanc, the real one. Okay, so you do 1 or 2 A races. So Suffer on the Centennial coming up. As you're listening to this episode, it is 2 days out. Saturday, May 23rd. Is that right?
Yep.
Saturday, May 23rd.
Is it Saturday?
Charlie.
It's Saturday, not Sunday?
Charlie. Is that a joke?
It's Saturday? Good. That's way better for my schedule.
But you didn't know it was Saturday?
For some reason, I thought it was Sunday. Okay, good.
Okay. Are you like me?
I can go to my kids' baseball on Sunday. Perfect.
You can, yeah, you can definitely. There's the brunch on Sunday. I'm like, I don't want to say, not that I'm stressing out. I'm super, super excited about this race. There's just a little bit of overhead for this. Like there's more overhead than it's not Ironman overhead, but there's a little bit of overhead stuff you got to do. And I hate doing that. Like prepping.
I mean, I haven't done anything yet, so I haven't experienced that overhead yet. I better start on it, I guess.
Maybe. Do you have a vest, Charlie?
I was planning on maybe going to Big Sky tonight, buying stuff that I don't have.
Yeah, you should do that. They're open till 6.
Is that enough in advance, or? Anyways.
I bought my vest last year the night before the race.
Okay.
And I wore it.
I was waiting to talk to Ryan before deciding what I was going to buy. I do have a vest, though. So
we'll go after me. There may not be any carbs left, but
carbs. I got lots of carbs. That's not a problem. Okay.
Nice.
So let's talk about this race. Sorry, we've been building up to it, but we wanted to bring you on to hear your expertise. You've run this, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah, I've run the 100K every year it's offered. So the last 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. So you run it every year and you podiumed and you know how to run this race.
Before we get in, I have one more question for Ryan from his background. I know last year you did a trip to Australia or something.
Yep.
And that seemed super interesting. What was that all about?
That was a sabbatical for me.
Okay. But you were running a lot of miles.
Yeah. I mean, we were living out of a camper van. So we were often by trails and along the coast. And Australia is such a beautiful place. We were traveling with another family that also were on sabbatical as well and that have lived in Australia. So they're just sort of showing us some of the spots.
Yeah, that was really, to me, that was like, it made me want to like plan something similar. So it was kind of inspiring. So that was pretty cool. Anyways, yeah.
It's cool to hear, eh? Like it just sounds like the most fun thing. you wake up in your camper, you go run, come back, you make breakfast, you do your crossword. I don't know, whatever you do. Charlie and I have been to Australia. Yeah, we were there for 9 hours.
Oh my God. Does it count?
Does it count? We didn't see the sun.
I almost forgot when you start. Yeah, we did go. Okay, good.
Yeah, we were there briefly. Are you confident? How are you feeling, Ryan? How are you feeling going into this race?
I mean, I'm feeling confident, feeling good. I'm not as scared as I was the last 2 years to get on the start line, but that doesn't mean I think I'm not going to get my butt kicked on Saturday. Yeah, feel like my fitness has been just getting better over the last few years. So my leg strength, all that sort of stuff. So I feel like I'm up for it.
I saw that documentary you were in. I forget what it's called, but it's about the suffer on Centennial.
Super good.
It was so good. But how is it being part of that last year? Like you were interviewed a couple times for that.
Oh man. Yeah. David Workington put that together with Awaken Films. It was honestly the best gift anybody's ever given me in my life. It's like, here's a documentary about you during a race that you love when you actually did well.
Yeah.
And it was, you know what, one thing is there were sections on the course where I was really struggling, and Dave or one of his cameramen would roll up and start running with you or biking with you. And it's a gigantic burst of energy to have someone running with you, like sort of pacing you, but they've also got a camera on you. So you're really aware of your form and you're sort of tightening it up and trying to look strong. And there's some sort of like feedback from that you get where you start feeling better. And it was a super cool experience.
It's incredible how like just talking to someone or just having someone beside you can give you energy. Like I never really believed it that much, but when I experienced it in that backyard ultra, so there was one loop that I had, like I had kind of my plan and I was doing things on my own, but one loop I just couldn't see. And I ended up doing it with another guy, the entire loop. And it was like my second fastest loop. And it was when I was dead. And I didn't, after I went and looked at my lap times, I didn't even realize it was like one of my fastest loops because I had like, it had gone by so fast and I didn't even like notice it. So it's surprising how much like just being beside someone can provide energy.
Yeah.
When I listened to that episode, Charlie, our episode on your recap episode, it was striking to me that point, how important it is to run with someone. Because in Utah, I ran with you or Simo the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I've done these long races, not like Ryan, but like, 100Ks and 80Ks and 50Ks, whatever. And the periods where you're able to do 1 or 2 or 3 Ks with someone or even a few minutes, it's like a life changer. It's like a free boost of energy.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it's that stuck out from that backyard. I'm telling you what you should have done. You should have run more miles with someone if you could have.
Yeah, totally. Next time I will definitely use that to my advantage more. Yeah.
So Ryan, you're feeling good. You're certainly running a lot. You look good based on what I can see on Strava and the little that I know about you when I see you at races and stuff. But last year you did, and I know trail running is not about time. I'm aware of that. So, but I'm just trying to give context for people. You were kind of under 11 hours, I think 10 and a half or something like that. I'm going off memory here.
Yep.
I think 10 and a half.
But it's one of the all-time fastest times, right?
Yeah. Of the 2 years that it's been run.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's one of the fastest.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is Scott there this year? And what about Aaron? And I don't even know.
Yeah. The full podium's coming back, plus a whole handful of fast guys on top of that.
Okay, so you're worried about your podium or what?
Oh no, I mean, I always knew that last year was my sort of last chance of podiuming this race. Just like I've believed in Christian and Greg and Nicole's vision that this race will get big. Because
it's going to get bigger and you're not going to be able to compete, you thought?
For sure. I mean, the time of year and the terrain and being in the middle of Canada, like I think everyone should be running this race who runs 100Ks in Canada. Like I've run Black Canyon, I've run Bandera 100K. This race is just as beautiful and, in many ways trumps those races in terms of like the terrain. So yeah.
It's an interesting story. When I was in BC for that BC Backyard Ultra and I mentioned the Suffer on Centennial, this guy that I ran the loop with, like, he knew all about it. He was like,
Awesome.
he thought it was a great race. Anyways, and he had never run it, but he kind of wanted to. But he also kind of knew Ehor Varus, so it's kind of maybe it was through there. But
yeah, Ehor's done a lot to raise the visibility of it, I think.
So good time last year. Maybe tell us a bit about the race, just for those that don't know anything about this race. Tell us, a little bit what it starts, the length, and what the segments are like, or just kind of big picture.
Sure.
Or why you like it so much.
I mean, I have a cottage near the area. I spend all year running on it when I can. The race, the first 50K of the race is on the Centennial Trail, which starts in Rennie and ends at McGillivray Falls near West Hawk Lake. And that's just undulating granite.
oh my God.
And you look at you guys know, you were there last year. The figures, like the elevation profile doesn't do it justice. It beats you up. Like you're constantly adjusting your pace. There's not a flat section that's longer than like 20, 30 meters long. You're always going up or down. You're always running on off camber rock. You often drop down into little boggy areas where you get wet up to your ankles. And then you're scrambling up over rocks, where you have to literally like push yourself up and pull your legs up, and that just beats you up. So I guess like the first third of the race up till about 33K, you hit this out and back to Bear Lake. And I think that throws a lot of people off because it's an offshoot off the Centennial that goes through two sort of major boggy sections. And if you're near the front, you just have to accept that you're going to maybe lose a shoe running through some of that mud and just blast right through it. After the boggy sections, you climb up a bunch of granite and then climb back down. And then you just come and reverse your way out. That's about, maybe 30, 40-minute section. Then you hop back on the Centennial and run to McGillivray.
For you, it's 30, 40 minutes.
I mean, that's what the spreadsheets I've got right now are telling me. So.
Oh, you got a spreadsheet ready.
Let's go.
Spent way too much time on the spreadsheet the last week.
So any thought in doing that section barefoot?
It would be a horrible idea. You'd impale your foot on any.
I've never done it, so man, the soggy feet does not sound appealing.
Yeah, I know someone the first year I did it who dropped because he had trench foot like feelings. I changed my socks that year, immediately got them soaked. So this year I've been sort of preconditioning my feet to that. And I'm just going to
trench foot. Like I'm guessing I know what that is, but what's trench foot? Sorry for those of us that don't
just
know.
Your feet get so wet and they get inflamed and red. And it's like when you get that sort of pruny raisin feeling on your skin, but when you get those folds in your skin that start to form as you step, it just, creates more calluses and blisters and pain. And yeah, it's not a great feeling.
So, okay. So let's back that up a little bit. So the marshy sections, which kilometer is the first one? Where does it start? And then what are the big ones you said?
Well, there will be some of it on the Centennial here and there. But really it's about kilometer 32, 33.
32, 33. Okay.
Into out and back.
And then that whole long out, there's two out and backs, right? There's that first one there.
That's the power line. That's fairly dry.
Okay.
It's roughly kilometers 16, 17, 18.
Yep. Yeah,
so that's the first aid station. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And so then the second aid station, which is also the third, because you hit it on your way back, is around 33 to 39 kilometers.
And that one's boggy.
Yeah, after you cross the highway, it gets a little boggy there.
I was going to go scope it out last weekend, but I just said, no, that sounds too hard. So it's very boggy. Okay.
Yeah.
Last year,
so
I managed.
What's your strategy? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say I managed to kind of dodge the bogginess because I was later. So
I'll be right at the end. So
people had kind of established alternate routes around the boggy spots, and I was lucky enough to take it slow and avoid. I didn't get trench foot last year.
Yeah, you can see sort of like where the trail braids a bit, or like desire lines off the trail. But I honestly, it's been a fairly dry year. I know we're getting a lot of rain this week up till the race, but I'm just gonna blast right through the middle of it.
Love it.
This whole stretch for me, Ryan, 31 to like 42 or whatever. I don't know if you're seeing my splits here. They were all like 9-minute kilometers for me, 8 and 9-minute kilometers for me. So
Yeah,
it was not a fun 11-minute kilometers. Super fun.
Rob, what was the hardest part of that section? Was it just like it was rocky and you weren't confident running on it, or?
Well, for me, and Ryan alluded to this, there were several parts where I couldn't run up or down, mostly down, because I'd run it up. So I'd have to like get on my butt and like my hands, and I have to slide down. I wasn't comfortable just jumping 2 strides, big 3-foot stride downhill and another 3-foot stride. And I saw Ryan and those guys doing it on the way back. Yeah. And I was like, how are they doing this? Like, and I saw it and I was like, I can't do that. My legs were too sore. They were like, I just wasn't in the shape that they were for trail running. So there's a lot of spots that they kept running and I stopped. I had to stop running. You know, when you're going downhill in the bush, with your kids, if ever this has happened.
Well, my kids go full speed. They're not scared.
Go full speed. They're not scared. They're blasting through. And you're going like, well, chill. Someone's going to get hurt. That's how I felt about the race.
Yeah. I noticed that today. My kid, like just going down the rocks, no problem, full speed, not afraid of anything. And I'm like tiptoeing. And but Ryan, so to get that good at running like downhill and those different types of terrains, I'm sure you've had quite a few crashes, or am I wrong to get to that point?
Oh yeah. Often an A or B goal for a race is not to fall for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And here and there it happens. When I ran Black Canyon, I fell and sprained my wrist, and I couldn't do a plank or a push-up for like 3 months. So yeah, I've taken some big crashes for sure.
Okay, so you were talking about the point and back at, what is that called again? The Bear Creek, or what is it? Bear Lake.
Yeah.
So you go up to Bear Lake, you come back down. That takes you to, I think, roughly 38, 39 kilometers. Yep. Now you're doing the stretch from there to McGillivray Falls, which I did not enjoy that stretch.
It's hard, but it's maybe my favorite section of the Centennial Trail. Like
the hardest, I would say, right? It's probably the hardest section.
Yeah, it's the hardest section of the Centennial. Like, as you go west to east, the Centennial just gets harder.
So I when I was there, Charlie, and
so the last like 10K of the first 50K would be like the hardest. Sorry, Rob.
12-ish, 12-ish K. I remember thinking like, this is never going to end, because it kept getting progressively harder. And I was at kilometer 50, and I was like, well, how does this day finish? It's me in a hospital, like, because the times were getting slower and slower. And then I met a guy who's like, man, can't wait to run. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, we get to run here soon. We hit the road and we get to run. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Because I hadn't done any recon, so I had no idea. And then once I hit the running at kilometer 52, 53, I was like, okay, I can do this. But that 40 to 50 is hard. Yeah.
And then, like you said, the few kilometers right after McGillivray Falls, that 50-ish K aid station, or like technical Centennial. But then, you get out on some sort of like a 4-wheeler roads where you can open it up a bit.
Yeah, it's like 4-wheeler roads, and then even like a path-ish. But now we won't get that this year, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, now we bring in the new section. I think what is really going to elevate this race to total world-class status, the new Falcon connector. We should all learn the name for it. Anishkatun Gwe Kadiziwin is the real name for it. But yeah, the new trail that goes around the east end of Falcon, and then we're gonna turn off that onto Pine Ridge Trail, which honestly I think that's gonna be the hardest new addition to this whole course.
Oh, so it's gonna be even harder this year?
Yeah, much harder.
Oh, so Scott's record might be good for a while.
He's still gonna break it.
Yeah, I think Scott has got some mustard there.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Can we go back to so 52 to 60 something is the same, right?
Yeah.
What's your spreadsheet?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like I want to see the spreadsheet.
So do I. I wish you would have shared this with us before. He's probably got on there, Charlie, shoe changes.
Every mile he's changing.
Calories and
No, there's no changes. It's just 6
You-
giant bells and
Yeah. Okay.
well, I guess you can't if you're gonna.
You don't
play,
change
you
shoes or
can't.
anything the whole time. You just go straight.
I'll have this change of shoes and socks at 67 kilometers at the Big Sky aid station in Toniata. And that's just sort of a, break glass in case of emergency thing.
If you feel like it.
Yeah, if I need it. Otherwise, I just want to, bear down and get through it.
Okay.
And is that Toniata? So that's on the new course? Or is that right the part where
it's essentially right next to where the course went before.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last year you went at West Hawk there. You took the trail all the way down. You crossed under the Trans-Canada, and then you did that whole northern part of Falcon Lake all the way west, and then around, and then back to the resort. This year it's the opposite. Instead of going west, you go east, as I understand it.
Yep. Instead of it being flat and runnable, it's going to be hilly and switchbacks and lots of hiking.
That sucks.
Right at the end. Right at the end of the race.
No, it's like 65 to what is it roughly?
Yeah, 67 to 86.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 67 to 87.
Getting less
like 20
appealing,
easy
less appealing as we go here.
Yeah, that's the part where you start hating yourself in these races.
I think the whole way through probably this year. You're going to get 15 easy K from 52 to 67.
Sure.
And
What are the cutoffs? That's what I need to know.
I think it's 18 hours.
But there's got to be some intermediate cutoffs. So
there are.
Oh,
that's why I need to know where I need to be.
The halfway one, I think, is 9, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Christian sent out an email about it.
I'll look at it. Yeah.
Okay, so then you've run that portion, the northern part, and your cottage is out there. I saw your Strava. So you've checked out I'm not going to try to butcher the name. I don't know the name, but the Pine Ridge piece but okay. So then to 87, that takes you to where Greg Penner's aid station was last year, right?
Yeah. Right outside the chalet.
Right outside the chalet. And then you have 13K in there, like the top of the world part, and then around top of the world part.
How is that section, the last 13K?
I mean, it's fun. I think a lot of people have run it a bunch, so they're pretty familiar with it. Christian picked out a really nice sort of unique route. So you definitely need to pay attention to the flags.
Okay. Yeah.
The last few years I've had sort of mixed experiences, like either good or throwing up and barely moving. So this year, my plan to running faster than last year is to run that last 12.5K much faster than I have the previous few years. So we'll see how that goes.
How are you going to do that? Just being fitter?
I'm going to stick. Yeah, I think I am fitter, but I'm going to try to actually stick to my fueling plan. I tend to deviate from it early in a long race and think, I've got hours out here. These first few hours, I can do whatever. That's not how your body works. And also trying to sort of hold back until, I don't know, 67K or so.
So how do you plan your nutrition?
Well, I'm shooting for 100 grams of carbs per hour. And
oh my God, that's a lot.
And about 750 milliliters to a liter of fluid per hour.
Wow.
But that's what I've been training with for a long time, and it feels good.
And for you, the aid stations are roughly how far apart?
They're about an hour and a half apart for the most part. A good majority of them are.
So are you filling like 2 bottles worth basically every?
Yeah, we have to carry 3. I'll have 2 bottles of Tailwind from the aid stations, and then 1 with water. And we'll drink the Tailwind, and I'll drink the water to thirst.
And what kind of bottles do you have? Do you have like a soft flask or what?
Soft flasks with a locking cap on them, and I'll wear them in a belt.
Yeah, I'm making my Big Sky shopping list right now. So sounds good.
500 milliliter soft flask.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll have 2 on you, and then that's tailwind, and you make sure to drink that.
Yep.
And because you're getting
Well, 100 though sounds crazy to me. Well, I guess you're going fast too, but yeah.
So you're getting what from the tailwind? You're getting like 60,
25 grams of carbs and 300 milligrams of sodium per soft flask.
So 50. Okay,
Yeah.
you're getting 50, and then the rest is like you chewing on bagels or whatever.
No, precision gels.
Okay, you're doing gels the whole way.
Yeah, the
For a
PF90.
10-hour race.
Yeah, the PF90 gels. The precision fuel gels taste great. It's a neutral flavor. I like it. Yeah, and the PF90s are pretty economical when you buy them in bulk. It's got 90 grams of carbs in one gel.
Okay.
So really?
2 hours.
Yeah, and you can put the cap back on so you can sort of sip from it as you need to.
Oh, that's a game changer. Yeah.
So you'll do the 2 tailwinds and 1 gel every 2 hours. That gets you roughly 200 in that 2-hour window.
Well, yeah, I mean, my gel plan is a little bit more complicated, like 50 grams of gel in the first one, 100 the second to the second aid station. Like I've got it broken down.
Yeah.
It's on your spreadsheet. It's a column on your spreadsheet somewhere.
Yep.
You're not carrying a million things on you then. That way you can just pick them up at each aid station as you get there. Because you're drop boxing there's 3 drop spots. Is that correct? I don't even know.
Well, there's technically only 2 drop bags, but one of them you see twice. But yeah,
aid station 2 and 3, right? Is the same.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So where are the bags? 2, 3.
Bear Lake, and then at Tony Yada, the Big Sky aid station.
Okay, there's none in McGillivray.
Nope.
Okay.
And Big Sky is how many kilometers into the race?
67.
Okay.
2/3. And that other one will be the first third. The Bear Lake will be roughly 30.
And how does it work to drop off your bag and all that? Like, and what do you normally put in?
Yeah, you do it at the start line, which is great.
Okay.
So you can sort of fiddle with stuff to the last second, and you also get a drop bag for the finish line because you'll definitely want warm clothes because your body's going to be screaming at you when you finish. And when you're electrolyte depleted, I find that I get really cold really fast, no matter what the weather is.
So I never experienced this, but after my backyard ultra, I all of a sudden was just completely shivering.
Yep.
For like I was like, what? Something's wrong with me. Like my people put like 8 blankets on me, and I was like I was just shivering like uncontrollably for a few minutes. So I had never experienced that. That was interesting. But
yeah, I've read some people think it can be electrolyte related. So I try to start downing salt, continue downing salt. But yeah, dress super warm.
So you do 1 drop bag at Bear Lake. In there you put 2-3 gels, something like that, and you do the same thing at the other one. So you're only carrying like 2-3 gels with you at all times, or 4.
Yeah, well, 4 to 6 gels at all times, but
it's not like 12 gels. It's not like 15.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking I was going to carry 30 gels, Rob. I guess maybe.
No, you could just do a little small Ziploc. You could just do a tiny
10 at a
Ziploc.
time, maybe. My gels aren't as big as Ryan's, but yeah.
But you just leave a tiny Ziploc there at the table at the start line, and they'll bring it to Bear Lake.
No, that's what I can break it up into four quarters, basically, right? Or
kind of 3/3, I would say.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit from Bear Lake.
Okay, so one thing I didn't quite catch, Ryan, is your soft flasks. How do you hold them? Like how do you hold them on your body?
I've been wearing a belt lately, so I just I have a Raid belt, RAIDE. They make a
Do they
belt
sell that at Big Sky?
No, they have naked belts, which Scott wore last year when he set the course record. So they apparently work really well.
Yeah, so that's just a little clasp where you put the things in.
I think that would be ideal, right?
If it stays, if you're comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I think for 100K, I tend to get all sorts of weird chafing, like under my arms, on my neck, on my back, wherever the vest sort of bounces against your body. And you also get hot with the vest on your upper body. So, but yeah.
You could recommend no vest?
I mean, I recommend vest if you haven't practiced with the belt, because there's, fitting the jacket and the other mandatory gear into a belt. can be tricky. And like, so part of my strategy is I have these half tights that have a bunch of pockets in them.
Yeah,
so,
mine do too. So
yeah, so yeah, I shove gels in the half tights.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sorry, what? There's mandatory equipment?
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Yeah, you need I mean, it's basically a jacket, a rain jacket, a buff are the two mandatory pieces, but you also have to carry 1,500 milliliters of fluid and 400 calories.
Okay, so you could just fill two bottles, and calories will be no problem.
Yeah.
But two bottles, basically.
3 bottles, because most of these bottles are 500.
That seems hard to carry 3 bottles.
Well, most vests have like a back pocket or like a quiver. And that's what I did last year, is I just had them in the quiver and pulled them out when I needed them.
Oh, but I thought you didn't have a vest, Ryan.
I mean, I've worn a vest the last 2 years I did it.
But this year you're not.
Changing it up.
You're gonna carry one, right? And you're gonna have 2 in your thing.
Yeah, I might carry it. I can fit 3 all in this one belt I have. So yeah, I'm gonna try that when I can.
Plus
after the race starts, do you keep all 3 full, or do you keep 2 full?
I'm gonna keep 3 full as much as I can. Yeah, because some of those sections are long, and you never know, like, how thirsty you might get. That can tank your race really fast.
Yeah, as long as you can carry them and it's not annoying too much. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Do you do the any of the food at the aid stations, or you have a nutrition plan like a marathon? You're treating this like I'm not gambling with other food.
No, yeah, I'm going to supplement at aid stations. Anytime there's Coke from the halfway point on, I'll be guzzling it.
Yeah.
Any salty stuff, chips, I'll usually take a handful as I'm heading out. Yeah, and whatever else looks good.
Yeah,
okay. Love it. Can't wait to pound those chips.
And then, are you taking the shuttle in the morning, or are you just getting dropped? You're figuring your own traffic.
Yeah,
you have a cottage there.
Yeah, unfortunately, my kids have hockey tournaments all weekend long, so my family's not going to be out, and I can't get a ride to the start line, and so I'll be catching the shuttle at 4:30 a.m., which means I have to wake up at 3:30.
Okay, so I need these details. What's the shuttle? What time? It's from Falcon Lake to Rennie? Is that?
Yeah, you just show up at the resort and they'll bring you to the start line.
Yeah.
So Rob, were you planning on taking the shuttle?
Yeah, I'm trying to line up a ride still. If I can't, then that's plan B. Is last year I got a ride. Trav picked me up.
Okay.
Trav, if you're listening, please send me a DM.
Is Trav in the race?
I don't know. I think he is.
I have to check the race. There's quite a few people who are going to know there.
You and I are the worst. Like, people are listening and they're like, these two idiots have no clue what they're doing. They're going to go run a race. They don't even know where the drop off. They don't even. These two guys are completely out of their element.
I was really pumped for this race, and then I kind of went through a lull in my training. And now it's just I'm gonna enjoy it. Like it's not gonna be. I have no expectations of it, right? So it's gonna be fun, actually. I think. I mean, I know it's gonna be ridiculously hard, but and I'm gonna suffer lots, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it. So yeah,
I think you will.
Ryan, when you're running the race, do you set like an HR, a heart rate limit for yourself in the first 10K, 50K, whatever, anything?
Yeah. Generally, for me, staying below 150 if I'm not climbing is a good idea.
Okay. Yeah.
If I'm going up a climb, I'll give myself the leeway of tipping into the 150s a bit, but I don't want to be redlining, going 160, 170 at any point.
What's your max, real max?
I've never done a max test.
No, but what's the highest number?
So what would be a relative, your marathon average if you ran when you ran Manitoba? What was your average heart rate? Let's say.
I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the highest number you think you see on your watch from time to time?
Like 179.
Okay. So you're not quite as high as me, I would say.
Yeah.
Higher than me though.
I see 180. I see mid 180s sometimes, but
that's my weakness as a runner. Is I lack that capacity to push myself in that place.
I don't
so it's something I've been working on.
170, high 170s is good. I don't know how old you are, but that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I can't get to mid.
No, I think everyone's just different. Like I think everyone's heart is just like shaped differently, or like Simo, like our buddy Simo, who's a cyclist and he's super tall. Like his heart rate never goes over. Like he keeps his heart rate really low, but I think it's just because he's so long and he's got a huge heart, right? Like,
Pumps differently.
Yeah.
So when you're cruising along, let's say in the first flat sections in the first 50K, and you feel yourself working hard, you'll glance and you'll be like, oh, 151, that's a little high. I'll just slow it down a tad.
Yeah.
Regardless regardless what the pace is, you're that's one thing you're going to watch for.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to balance that against, running with people too. So yeah, I mean, one of my buddies, Aaron Webb, who got second place last year, I sort of let him go early in last year's race and then ended up catching up with him. And I think in hindsight, I could have just stuck with him, pushed it a little bit hard to stay with him. And then the camaraderie of being with him would have canceled out sort of the effort.
But he just beat you, right? By like 10 minutes or something?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we were tied going into Falcon Lake, and then he put 10 minutes on me in 12 kilometers.
The documentary made it sound really interesting. But that's interesting that you think like what in your mind made you think, okay, I better step back? Was it just like you didn't lack confidence type of thing, or?
No, it was just a day where I didn't feel good. It wasn't my day from the start.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt, honestly, the first half of the race, I was telling myself, I'm probably going to drop at the 50K point. This is just an awful day. I feel like, feel like crap. And, but then I saw the cameras. I was running with the cameras a bit. I was like, all right.
Yeah, but you made a comeback. Like what and like how did that feel when all of a sudden you kind of like felt better?
Oh man, that's entirely what ultra running is all about. That's what got me into wanting to do these, is like chasing those moments of where you have a major low and you pull out of it. It's euphoric. It feels amazing.
Oh yeah. Okay. I've never experienced that. Like, I mean, I don't think I've ever experienced that, like comeback, like when you're down and out type of
I don't
feeling.
think I have ever either. I hear about it though, because people say, like, when you watch these documentaries, they'll say like, oh, ultra running is just keep running and you'll feel better in 5 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours, or if you're in a lull. I always thought it was like just like it was a linear scale down. I always thought you feel pretty good in hour 1, and in hour 8 you feel not so good. In hour 16 it's worse. I always thought, but like these guys say that, you go through ups and downs.
Yeah. When I did Fat Dog 120 last year, I sat at an aid station for like an hour and a half. I was throwing up. I couldn't move. I was shaking. Yeah, basically. And it's like, I'm going to drop. And then like a voice in my head was just like, no, man, like this has been your A race all year. You got to keep going. And so I mostly just hiked for the next 3 hours. And then at some point I was running, 9-minute miles and feeling like on top of the world. And like, I had tears streaming down my eyes. It was the greatest feeling. And yeah, something I'll never forget. So just keep the carbs coming in, get some caffeine in your system, and it'll turn around.
There you go. Man. It'll just turn around, Charlie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's inspiring. It'll turn around.
9-minute miles right away. Okay, so you have a plan. You know roughly how fast. Do you have a target goal in mind for total time, or is that not something that you do at these races?
I mean, I don't know. I'll preface it by saying the goal really is to like
beat Aaron.
Yeah. To box him out on the trail so he can't pass me. No, that's what we're going to do to Scott. We're going to sprint ahead of him at the beginning and then just
that's
elbows out.
I could probably take a bit of room for a while. I could slow him down, but
not long though. Not long.
Yeah,
not very long. No, he would squeeze by.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to, just get the most out of myself that I have to offer that day. So more of like a process-oriented goal that, whatever I've got to bring, I'm bringing it. And not a goal where I'll fail because I didn't hit a time. But that said, I've run this race and these segments a bunch. So I'm shooting for faster than last year. Like I want to go under 10 hours, 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I think the way to get there is to run the exact same first half of the race I did last year, but not feeling like crap. And so I'll have more energy. Then when we get to that runnable section, maybe save a few minutes there. And then, when we get to Falcon, I've given myself some extra time around the new section with the climbing there. But I think at Falcon Lake, I really want to, for that top of the world section, want to bring it.
So there's only two real running sections. There's the 52 to 67 or whatever, and then there's the last 8K. Or am I missing one?
I mean, yeah. Like running in the road running sense, but I honestly, I think on a good day, I won't take a step that's not running outside of an.
No, I know you and Scott and Aaron will run the whole thing. I know that, or most of it.
And Richard and Holden and Stefan and Gavin.
But I mean,
Davis.
I know I won't be able to. Maybe this year I'll be better. It's possible that last year I was 2 weeks out from London. It's possible I just wasn't in a good spot. I'm holding out hope that I'll feel much better when I start this race on Saturday.
Otherwise, I mean, it's impressive. It's super impressive to just drop into 100K like this and give it a go. So hats off.
Thanks. Thanks. We're idiots. Charlie, do you want to ask more questions about the race?
I've been thinking about this for 2-3 days. What do you look for in a shoe for this type of race? How do you pick your shoe?
Oh, yeah. For this race, a shoe that drains well, because you'll probably walk through water a bit. So I'm wearing the Norda 005.
505s, 205, 005s. Okay.
Do they sell it at Big Sky?
Yeah, I got my pair at Big Sky.
I'm going today, Charlie.
I should it's okay to just drop in no running and give her.
I'm going to say Ryan Giuliano said I need to buy 005s. And then one warm-up run with them tomorrow or something.
Yep.
Sorry, so Norda?
Yep.
005?
Yep.
Okay.
But that's the cheater version of that shoe, right? They have one, like that's the carbon plated one, right? I think.
Well, it doesn't have a carbon plate, but it's got super foam.
Okay.
And it's super stable too, and it's got Vibram Elite grip on the bottom. So that's really what you need. Is you need sticky grip on the bottom of your shoe.
Grip, yeah.
I didn't have that last year. I was just running in road shoes, and that's why you guys maybe were that. I'm kidding. I suck. But
that's why you were scooting down the granite on your butt.
Well, I just kept thinking I was going to fall all the time.
You would have, yeah.
So Nordas, they make they're the cool hipster new age.
Well, they're
shoe, right?
I would phrase it as the top of the line Canadian manufactured trail running shoe. Yeah.
Okay, right on. And you're all into buying Canadian.
Well, I mean, I love Norda. The shoes last forever. So, the 005s are great. I know Scott Dodds is going to be wearing the 005s as well.
That's all I need to hear. All I need to hear.
Scott Dodds is wearing them.
Yeah. But that said, Aaron's going to be in Lone Peaks that probably have 1,000 kilometers on them, and he'll kick all of our butts.
Do you guys have some kind of WhatsApp group discussing your shoe choices, or how do you know all these things?
I know about it because I'm a shoe head.
Okay.
Pay way too much attention to it, but yeah.
I saw you posted about it on someone's. Where did I read that? How did I know you were wearing 005s? I saw it.
Oh yeah, I think Scott and I were chatting about it publicly on his Strava.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a private investigator.
I mean, I hope you saw Scott went out there and did the top of the world trail in the 5 different trail super shoes, and was
really
the best. And he liked the Hoka Rocket X trail, but it's a little too unstable, so he decided to go with the 005s.
Oh, I do have Hoka Rocket X, but not trail. So if I like those with if I buy the trails with those, would I like those too? Maybe.
I mean, you might roll your ankle a few hundred times, but yeah, the foam on those shoes seems amazing. So it feels good.
So still the Norda -005. Okay. Love it. Can't wait. New shoes.
Same new shoes. I was telling Joel Taze. Oh, Joel is running. Joel Taze is running. I was telling him about my my shoe dilemma.
Mhm.
He's like, well, don't you have a pair of trail shoes? I said, I think I have Lone Peak Ultras. Is that the right? Or is that two companies? Is that the right?
Yeah, Ultra makes the Lone Peak.
Okay, or Ultra Lone Peak.
I-
And oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Joe.
sorry. I do have Nike Ultra 5s. Are those decent?
Sure. Yeah. Great shoe.
That's a no.
I just don't
That's
like
a
how
no.
they fit. I just don't like how they fit. So
I mean, I think that's the number one thing is you want a shoe that fits well. So
yeah.
not a good shoe then.
I know I need a pair of shoes for this. I can't wear road shoes to this race,
that's
especially
insane.
if it's raining. Have you looked at I'm sure you've looked at the forecast every day. Are you like looking every day like us when we do marathons?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, daily, twice, 3
Hopefully it's really wet and muddy, or is it the opposite?
I mean, I want it to be, for the future of trails in this area over the summer, I want it to downpour as much as possible so we avoid wildfires.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But not on race day.
Yeah, I don't know. The first year I did this, I don't know if you've seen pictures, it was the mud pit all race long.
Yeah, I remember a bunch of people doing it. Yeah. And
it was a blast. It's really fun.
Yeah, you're.
Will Ihor ever run it again, or do you know him at all? Or?
Yeah, I think he would. I think he's been battling an injury, but yeah, I was hopeful he'd be out here this year, but I guess he's got other plans.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyways, yeah.
We got to get him on the podcast. He had agreed to come on, but anyways, we got to get him to come. Anything else you want to discuss about maybe the rest of the year for you? Goal, like I know you obviously got that big race coming. Anything else anything you want to shout out? We're already past an hour here.
Yeah. I mean, so the one thing I want to shout out is I was thinking about this with Saffron Centennial. I think this is one of the few races where the race directors could kick everyone else's butts if they wanted to. Christian and Greg, if they trained for this as an A race, they would probably podium, if not win. So I think that's always an interesting thing. When these guys are handing you trophies and cheering you on. They're probably quietly judging how slow you're taking on some of these.
I hope not. And they're so positive on race day too.
Oh yeah.
But that they know how it feels to run a race, and that part of it will be handled really well, right?
Yeah, all the finishing touches on the race, Christian, Nicole, and Greg, they've been at all of the big elite trail races around the world, and they know what a good experience looks like, and they brought it to this race. And yeah, the course marking's great, and what you get at aid stations is phenomenal. Like they just added this extra water station from Toniata to Falcon, which is huge. So they're really thinking about the runners, and I don't know, a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah, it would have been easy for them to just not put that and say self-support. Too bad, figure it out, right?
Yeah, it'd be easy for Christian and Greg to not have been out sawing down trees that fell on the trail for the last week. And I know that they're out there, and they will be out there doing that sort of stuff, and yeah, going the next level.
Yeah, we had a huge windstorm in Manitoba here. Those of you listening that are not in Manitoba, last week was a monster windstorm, 100-kilometer winds, and trees fell in my yard or branches and stuff. So I'm sure it's the same out there.
Yep.
Yeah, we did I did 3 miles of cycling with my kids, and there was 3 trees down.
The gravel hitting you in the face as you're running. I was like, why am I getting gravel in my face? Yep. Anything else, Charlie, that you want to add? So great shout out. Thank you. Charlie, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm excited to do this. I mean, I'm really out of shape, but still it'll be just doing it, and just, finishing will feel like a really good accomplishment. So I'm looking forward to it. And I appreciate Ryan coming on and
I appreciate
answering all our questions.
What about you, Ryan? Any last thoughts or comments? Or
I mean, I know a lot of people that have stepped up to do this race. I think the same idea. It's it's going to be an adventure, just trying to finish. Some of these people, finishing a little bit faster, but like Julian, Dave, John Millar, like you shouted out Joel. The women's race this year is going to be insane. Ashley Elliott, Caroline Fisher, Chloe Bishop. I feel like got some heavy hitters. I think Pam might be coming back, last year's winner. I'm not sure. Carly, the Burrito League winner. Yeah, so it's going to be.
Did you win Burrito League? I don't even
No,
know.
Carly kicked my butt, man. She put in
Okay.
100+ mile weeks to close it out.
Jeez.
200. So these are, so I'm not as familiar with Burrito, but it's these short segments that you have to do repeatedly. Is that what it is? And you get like 1 point every time you do it or something?
Yep. Yeah, ours was right out in front of the forks as you go down the steps from the commons out to the dock. It was like a third of a kilometer.
Oh my God.
So we were putting in ultra marathons out there regularly.
Back and forth.
What was the total number? It was a 1 month period?
Yeah.
What was the total number of segments that the winner did or you did?
Oh, I honestly, it's evaporated from my brain. I don't know.
But it was thousands. Like it wasn't like 100. It was an obscene amount.
Yeah, and I did Joel Tave's Frozen Falcon race that month, but other than that, every run I did was out there on the burrito segment. So,
did you like the Frozen Falcon?
I love that race. Yeah, it's such a good vibe. You check into the yurt every loop, and it's a hardcore group of like return runners every year, it seems like. And yeah, you end up running.
You guys probably finished around the same. What did you guys do? 10
You do 8
Well,
hours.
Ryan was way ahead of me, but
was he? Okay.
But it actually went well for me this year. I did 10 loops. And
That's awesome.
yeah, so. But it's hard, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had pretty good weather, but the snow got pretty choppy at one point. But yeah, I highly recommend that. I feel like it flies under the radar. Frozen Falcon.
Lots of shout outs. So you're obviously a big believer in the Manitoba Trail Series. You sign up for every race. It looks like you're more connected than I am. And
I wish I could do more. Like there's some other race that Prairie Chaos Backyard Ultra that group puts on, but I've got 3 small kids, so I can only get away for so many.
Yeah,
we hear you. Okay, good. Way past the hour here, so thank you for tuning in, Ryan. We appreciate you. We'll probably see you on the bus in a couple of days or in a few days from now, so we'll see you there. I will Charlie, we should talk about running together and that, because like that's going to be way easier. Maybe Todd. Anyways, we will reconnect on that, but I don't want to do 13 hours solo again. That was just torture. So we should talk about that.
I think if you want to go really slow, you can run with me, but yeah.
Okay, says the guy who just did a 104-mile race.
Yeah, we'll talk.
You know what my Garmin told me today? I got to sorry, last quick story. I've been getting unproductive on my watch for like a week. And I told Joel's my personal trainer. So I told him today, I said, I'm a little disappointed. I've been getting unproductive. And he goes, that's perfect. And I go, why is that perfect? He goes, that means Strava thinks you're not working hard enough. I said, oh, I thought unproductive was like strained or like too much or like the work you're doing is
it's just a formula the way like it's not.
No, I know, but I misunderstood though. It's basically saying you're not pushing yourself. You're not being productive in your training. I was like, that's perfect. I'm like tapering. I had a one day training build for this Suffrun Centennial. I did a 50K 2 weeks ago, and that's what I'm going in with. So
that's all you need.
Hopefully I'm good for the race. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was fun. Ryan. I'm so glad we got you on the pod. Congrats on all your accomplishments.
Appreciate it.
Congrats. Good luck. We're pulling for you. You're now a friend of the pod, so we'll pull for you. Try to get you a T-shirt or something when I see you, a podcast T-shirt. We got them ordered. I don't know if they're in yet. I want to get you a running journey T-shirt. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know if people know this, how we met.
Tell the story.
We were crossing the finish line at the Boston Marathon in 2024.
Dude, I don't even know that.
And I see this guy in front of me with the Canadian, like the maple leaf on his shirt, on the back of his shirt. And I was like, hey, where are you from? And he turns around, it was you. And you're like, oh, I'm Rob. I'm from Winnipeg. I was like, no way. I'm from Winnipeg too. And you told me about the podcast. And it's like, we finished at the same time.
Wow.
It was so cool.
You must have had a shitty day.
That's the one and only time that I will beat both of you in a race.
Well done.
I had a good day that day. So. So
What a
yeah.
great, I can't believe I didn't know that story, or I forgot it,
Yeah.
I guess, or whatever. And I think, did I maybe take a photo of us too? Like a
Yeah,
selfie?
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so I have that photo somewhere.
Yep.
That's awesome. And then I see you everywhere now. I see you at all the races, and we did track together at one of the sessions.
Yep.
And
Those RETA track sessions. Yep.
yeah, those are so fun. Okay, so that's it for this episode. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a sec, give us a 5-star review. We appreciate it. We appreciate Ryan Giuliano for coming on today. And I guess on Saturday, Charlie, for you and I, it's for sure going to be more miles, less pace. Let's go. Good luck to everyone.